Domination on defense is vital. Last night, the Lakers are starting to come alive. We're going to talk about the guy that's still dead, but defensively, the team is making its mark, and I'm starting to like what I see a little bit more from the Lakers squad. Let's get into the stats and run through the numbers. Last night was pretty huge for the Lakers. Let's start with the Trailblazers first and where they lost at. Carmelo Anthony, typical game, okay, from Carmelo. Scored 20 points, 6 rebounds, but I wanted to see the shooting percentage. Nurkic went for 10 and 7. Need more production there. Whiteside started along with him. He was 8 and 8. I like that. Lillard had 34, 7 assists, and 5 rebounds. McCullough went for 28. So you look at that and you say, you know what? That's a pretty good stat line. Why didn't they beat the Lakers? Let's continue down. Bench scoring, there goes the problem. Strike 3, you're at. There was nothing. Anthony Simons did get some minutes and did not produce. That was my guy I've been hailing out and saying he needs to do something for the team. He's an amazing player. Got the minutes tonight, did not produce. Maybe playoff jitters, but you can't do that, my man, my young man, or you're going to be in trouble. This team's going to be in trouble. They need some output. They need something on the scoreboard. Gary Trent Jr. went for 6 points. Hazonia, again, 2 points for him and Wayne Gabriel. Just a constant hustle, man. Didn't do much. Can't have goose eggs for number 1 and number 35 on the Blazers, or you're in a lot of trouble, and that's the situation they're in, okay? Let's go over to the Lakers side. All across the board, you're going to see a difference in the bench scoring. Caldwell Pope finally scores near his 15-point average. That's the first point. Still not consistent, but he's up into the 15-point range, and that's where he needs to be at, okay? Next up, Davis scores 29. LeBron goes for 38. 12 and 8, almost a triple-double. McGee, 4 points, 2 rebounds. I don't know why he doesn't play more. Danny Green, still not there. Again, Green and Caldwell Pope need to average around 15 and 10 between the two at least. At least, okay? And there needs to be a couple of threes from Danny Green. So Danny Green, 8 and 4. Caruso, that was really the changer of the night. Caruso came through, put in an unexpected 10 points, 7 assists, and 4 rebounds. That was the crazy part of the game and the game changer. Caruso won the night. Kuzma, 7 and 6. Dwight Howard, again, and let's go back to Kuzma. Kuzma has to be a 15-point scorer off the bench. He has to be. Even though they're getting much stronger defensively, and maybe there's not enough points there because they already scored 116 darn points, so that's quite a bit. Can't expect everyone to score 15, but he needs to have double digits, okay? 23 minutes, double digits is needed. Let's keep going down. Dwight Howard, great game from him. 5 points with 10 rebounds. Solid. Really like what I saw from Dwight. Markieff Morris, he's another guy that has to contribute a bit more, and he has more to give. They're not utilizing Kuzma and Morris enough, and I think there's an opportunity for them to really contribute and really hold down the fort for that second unit. J.R. Smith played 9 minutes and then scored 0 points. Okay, so that was J.R. Smith's contribution, but defensively is where J.R. is really leading the pack lately. He's no longer the insane high school player that I remember. I grew up in the J.R. Smith. Actually, I'm much older than J.R. However, not much, but a little bit older than J.R. But I remember when he came in, he was playing for the New Orleans Hornets back in the day. So that said, I do like what I saw from a defensive perspective. I'm trying to get to the stat line. Let's just do the overall, and we can see what's happening here. Lakers 50% from the field goal line. Still horrible shooting for 3-point land. Still horrible, okay? But look what they held the Blazers to. 41% from the field goal range. That's just extreme defense. When you get them under 50, remember, this includes inside shots. That's pretty tough, and they did a great job. Blazers were also not there from 3-point range. Only 12 for 35, or 34%. Not good enough. Blazers did their thing on the free throw line. The Lakers are missing out on a tremendous amount of points on the free throw line. Lord help them. Help them, please, get the shots up. 28 for 43. That's a lot. How many points is that? That's about 25 points or 15 points being missed out on from the 3-point line. I mean, from the free throw line. That is stupid. Where they're leading the pack is right here. Total rebounds, Big Dwight and McGee are killing it. 55 total. Assist-wise, they're killing it. 26. Blocks, 8. Steals, they're about even. Turnovers, they're hurting themselves. 17 turnovers. 5, 6 more than the Blazers. That's 12 points. Points in the paint, they're dominating, and fouls, 21. Solid defensive game from the Lakers. That was the game changer, and then obviously a big game for LeBron James. I just really wanted to see his stat line last night to understand what his percentage was from the 3-point line, right? When you look at the gameplay. I just wanted to see exactly what his numbers were versus the Blazers, what kind of percentages we saw from 3, because he was really off from 3 the last couple of games, right? He wasn't LeBron James, to be straight up honest with you, since the beginning of the bubble. So having him come out with a 38-point game, which is not to be expected as age all the time, there'll be spurts, and that's why Kuzma and my man Markieff Morris along. If J.R. Smith's in there, J.R. you can't lay a goose egg, J.R. I mean honestly, Caldwell Pope. You know what? From all the games I've seen, he's very active. I'm telling you, the activity from Caldwell Pope is amazing. Okay, is this 822? So 38, 11 for 18 from the floor. If you look at his previous stats, 4 for 11, 9 for 20. I mean, that's why they were having trouble and losing, right? Even though they won the last game, because, and the other big thing is, let it be the Anthony Davis show. Let Anthony Davis lead the team. It looks like that has been a focal of letting them run. When Anthony Davis is going, I've showed this before, it really helps everybody out. Caruso, unexpected game. Will somebody else step up from the bench? Will it be Dion Waiters? Will it be J.R. Smith? Somebody else has to continue to give that 12 to 14 point unexpected output. I think they have enough guys that will see it. But it was really the Davis show. Anthony Davis, along with LeBron James, got going. Good percentages from the field goal line and great defense enabled them to win. Can they continue this? Yes, sir, they can. We will see what will happen in the next game and if Dame Lillard is infiltrated to strike on. So the Lakers win it. Are they headed for a championship? Is this a game changer? I'm not usually sure about that with the Blazers. I will say that I think that Carmelo Anthony is having a pretty good offseason. However, I don't like his activity when the shot goes up. I think Carmelo needs to run a little bit more. I understand he's 30-something years old, but he kind of stands there. He's just ready. He just wants to play offense. So he's done good defensively when he's actually put his mind to it. I want to see him be more defensively focused, and I think he can be. Dame Lillard, I want to see him utilize his team more, be more of a point guard. Anthony Simons, I've been pitching to get you in the game. I need you to please show up, right? Show what you can do. Anthony Simons is a little shot happy, gun trigger happy. I noticed that in a couple games, he doesn't know how to pass off the ball. He needs to shoot the shot, which is making him more of a guard versus a point guard. If he wants to be one of the better point guards in this league, he's going to have to kind of refrain from always taking a shot and defer to his teammates. Nurkic, there's more to be expected of you. You're an 18-10 guy. And then Hassan Whiteside, again, he's just doing his thing. Good defensive play. I think that's all you can expect. I want to see more from Hezonja. I want to see more from Anthony Simons. And I'm going to throw this out there. Why don't they play Mr. Collins? I think Collins deserves an opportunity to play. He can stir things up, and he can be a game changer, switch up the offense a little bit. Let's get Zach Collins in the game. I think he could be a tremendous force inside for the Blazers. So I'm going to sign off with that. Great game last night. Lakers come back with defense and the basically turning the ignition on Mr. Davis and LeBron James. Off Work Sportsman, sign off. Peace.